So I was working at, been working at Apple and kind of in the computer and technology side of the industry. And in 1997, I got a call from a mate of mine saying, "Look, I've just joined this crazy company called Extra that's starting up, and they really need some help." And so I got sort of dragged into it there, and it was great. I probably arrived there in '97, about a year after it was started, I suppose. And they just had launched, and I came in after the launch. It had a massive run of success, but everything had kind of melted down, and the help desk was overloaded, and the network was through the floor, and customers were all very unhappy. And we set about trying to kind of fix that. And I think that time at Extra was actually a really interesting time, because the market was sort of ready to grow really fast. People were kind of ready for the internet and hearing about it. And telecom's entry into the market with Extra sort of validated that for a lot of people. And there was just this period of really strong growth, where I think we started putting on 100,000 customers a year and 10 to 15,000 customers a month joining, and just kind of running as fast as we could to keep up with this growth. As New Zealanders kind of really took up the internet in droves. And part of that was, in New Zealand, there was a really kind of cool thing called free local calls. If you go to most countries overseas, like Australia, it's 20 cents every time you pick up the phone, or a lot of countries are so many cents a minute every time you pick up the phone. So if you use dial-up internet a lot, you'd end up with like a heinous bill, just for the telephone charges for using the phone line, not for the internet component. And with New Zealand, with free local calling, you only had to pay the internet charges, which made it pretty compelling for people compared to a lot of markets overseas. So dial-up sort of really just took off. And it was also the experience was getting better as well, because you started out with 9600 baud modems, I think, around the time we launched, and within a few years you're up to 33.6 and 56k, and so it was kind of a happy place where the internet was maturing and there was lots more things to do. The emergence of portals and search engines, and Yahoo, wow, a list of websites, how cool is that? And the network was getting better, and the prices were coming down, and it was just kind of this happy epicenter of a really massive growth. I remember we got calls from telecom people saying, "Hey, there's now more dial-up minutes on the network than there are phone minutes." We're like, "Ooh," because we didn't kind of understand. We never really. Extra was distinct and separate from telecom. We just were like, we're just using the phone network like everyone else, and we didn't realise quite how much pain that was causing for people. Because the telephone network was, you only use your phone like so many minutes a day typically to ring people, but you use the internet for hours a day. And we saw average weekly usage go to sort of monthly usage go to 10 hours a month, and then 20 hours a month, and just kind of growing and growing.